What's good, YouTube? So we're back with Is It Jammin' Black Clover Openings edition. And so previously on my channel, I've done the Bleach openings, and I got a lot of mixed responses from you guys on that because let's say I said something wasn't jammin' when I didn't say it wasn't good, but I didn't say it wasn't jammin', and a lot of people dislike that. So my goal with these Is It Jammin' videos is I want to evaluate both the visuals of the opening and the song. So would I be jamming to this opening if I watched the anime? I have watched Black Clover, and I do know that most of the openings are in fact jammin'. So you guys must be wondering, Money Monsoon, why even make this video if you know that Black Clover openings are jammin'? And to that I say, I don't know. Let's get into this video. Alright, so we have the first opening for Black Clover. Let's just get started. Let me turn the volume up. Yeah, I love this. I love this opening. Because at this point of the show, you don't know where the show is gonna go. So it's just like the introduction to the entire thing. I love this scene. I love this. So far, it's like, if I'd never seen Black Clover, it'd be like so many questions that I'd want answered, which of course would be answered when you'd watch the show. Like, why did Asta punch that magic? And like, what the hell is this? But I've watched enough Black Clover, so. Okay, opening one for sure, definitely, without a doubt, jammin'. I just think it's a really great start into Black Clover, and usually the first opening of the series, like, everyone just loves. It doesn't matter if it's like good or bad, even though this one was great. It was definitely jamming. It doesn't really matter because of the nostalgia it brings, and I definitely think that listening to this one over and over can bring some nostalgia of like when you first started watching Black Clover. All right, we got opening 2, which is Painted Black. Oh yeah, I remember in this part of the anime, the plot was kind of like iffy for me. Like, I didn't truly understand what was happening, or maybe just looking back, I don't really remember as much. But I remember this opening. There's just one part of this opening that I always look towards. Oh, right here. Yeah, he just cuts the sword. I feel like I remember more though. So many questions to be answered, yeah. Wait, and this, did they hint at the demon at all? No, that wasn't this one. Okay, opening 2, it is kind of how I remember it. The visuals are kind of slow, but like the music, it's great. I definitely could jam to the music. I just think that, like, just watching the visuals, I probably wouldn't watch it over and over again, because only like the ending part of the visuals is really great for me, or looked appealing. But I do think this opening is jamming. I don't know, it's something like maybe with the vibe that Black Clover has that like makes this jamming, or like Asta's determination, and you could kind of see that in the opening as he like steps in front of people and does some cool stuff with his sword. I think like because of that, the openings get better. The opening 3. This is just done so well. I just think I could watch this like on repeat for like a while, just like analyzing every part of it. But like, they fist bump and then they fade out into the background, but not really. And in the background, it's just them training as hard as they can. Also with the push-ups, you know, with his magic. It's great. I just love it. Okay, I'm pretty sure this opening was one of my favorites when I was watching Black Clover. I don't know, it's just so hard to find something to hate about this opening, and I definitely watched it every time when this came on. Not only does it like provide so many cool scenes that like you want to see answered in the show, but like it also provides very jammable music. So this is definitely jamming without a doubt. I think when I originally watched this opening, I was more wondering or questioning who Asta was fighting in this scene. Like, these white robes look so sick. I was just like wondering about that, and I was like, in the anime I was waiting to see who he was fighting, and then also who Yami was fighting here, because I don't think before this we see Yami do a lot of fighting, and seeing this in the opening that Yami's gonna be fighting, it's just like, wow, I need to see what's going on. Opening 4, guess who's back? Oh, I really like this, how it just shows everyone's book. I mean, look at this. The freeze frame, well, not really a freeze frame. Okay, so guess who's back? I remember when I first watched this opening, I was like, I don't think I'd like it, because I just didn't used to like this sort of song as for an opening. Like, I just thought, like, if it's like this sort of like rock type beat, then it just doesn't really fit well for a opening. It just, in my opinion. And I think that's just this is just something that Black Clover does better than other anime. They're just able to make non-traditional openings sound and look better. And I think that's what they did with this opening. And I love it. I love it. No, yeah, so I'm gonna have to say that this opening is jamming. I think it's jamming. What is this? Opening 5. This panel, or this picture right here, this just looks so goated. Asta has like a decent one. It just doesn't look as good as when Yuno does it. And Asta's in the background with a huge sword. I do think this opening is really good though. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I kind of forgot about this. Opening 5, I like it. Opening 5. I don't really know what to say about it. Like, I feel like what makes it good is like how it connects to what's going on in the anime. I mean, most openings are supposed to connect to what's going on in anime. And like, of course, it just leaves so many unanswered questions. Like right here, what's going on with Asta? I'm pretty sure it's the first time we actually see the demon form, or like kind of half demon form Asta come out in the anime. But no, yeah, just seeing the parallels between Yuno and Asta, whatever was going on with that cat lady, I forgot. And I don't even think it was like really action heavy. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's jamming. I like it. I could jam with this. On to the next. Okay, this is one of my favorites too. Because it gives you so little time to look at what's going on, and you kind of have to like guess. You barely get to see Asta, but he's just in a room full of candles, right? And you just have to be like, oh, that has to be Asta because his powers are black. So him being in a room full of blackness makes sense, I guess. But just so little time to look at stuff. There's so much going on in this opening. So much. The way they did this little scene right here, or let me replay it. Just this little sequence. Just the way they did this little sequence is like really good. Really cool. Because it's like a fast-paced opening, and even in this opening they incorporated that we're gonna see this dude's past, or it's probably gonna spend like 2-3 episodes to talk about his whole background and see his father or something like that. Music was elite, loved it. And visuals, even more amazing. Left like so much hype and questioning to be unanswered or answered later in the anime. And no, yeah, I think this is jamming. I could definitely jam with this any time of the day. Opening 7. Oh, this one was a good one. I only need to see the first 3 seconds. Love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know. It's this Black Clover opening kind of leave me speechless. There's so much going on. I can't really focus on like one thing. And like they do the visuals right. I feel like even when they're just standing around, it's kind of hype because like it's showing everything. It's not showing everything. The music, it's like hyping them up. It's like showing everyone, showing them off. Maybe they do something cool. I think my favorite part about this opening was like just the first 10 seconds where Austin, are walking towards each other. And then they just let out their powers. And it looks pretty cool because it looks like they both have wings. And it's like they're two halves of the whole. I think this opening is jamming. There's no question about it. It's just jamming. Okay, we got opening 7. Just a dice, I think. Oh, no. Sky blue. So at the beginning of this intro, it was like kind of slow, and I was gonna say I didn't like it, but then I saw the second half of the intro and I was like, wow, I love it because it picks up. And like by slow, I mean it just means like the music was slow. They're just showing like some background, I guess. Austin Yuna as a child, which is pretty hyped to like see in the anime, but like in the intro, it was just kind of slow, and then it just picks up to like where they are fighting against the elves and stuff. I don't know, like once that beat dropped, I could jam with it. So I'm gonna have to say it's jamming. All right, opening 9. Well, pop off. Okay, opening 9 right now. I don't know. I can't really say I'm jamming with it. Just because like it was more like mediocre compared to the other openings, and like to me the best part of it was Noelle showing off her like whole transformation and that whole little 5-second sequence. It was pretty cool. Maybe it was the song, even though like the song, people, I definitely can see how people could jam to it, but to me I can't jam with it. I think the best part of this intro was other than Noelle, was this whole thing where they did like 2 different shades of the colors when the light source changes. I love that. But I'm gonna have to say that this opening is not jamming. Black Catcher. For whatever reason, I feel like I've seen like a colored version of this. I feel like they redid the opening for a second, but I could be tripping. I don't know. Like I feel like I remember the water being blue at the beginning. Or maybe it's just the end that's colored. Huh. I say this a lot, but this is one of my favorite Black Clover openings. No, yeah, the whole sequence is great, and then the song is just like even better. No, yeah, this is 100% jamming. This was so good that I had to search up the rest of the song or the full version of the song and listen to that too, because I couldn't get enough of this opening. And if you haven't heard the full, like, I think 3-minute version of the song, I definitely do recommend checking it out, because the second verse goes even harder than the first verse. Or, yeah, kind of. Opening 11, Stories. Ooh. Clean animation. I remember when I first watched this opening, I genuinely thought it missed. Like, oh, Black Clover Openings never missed, and I thought this one missed. I don't know what I was on back then, but I loved watching this entire thing. Maybe because it went from opening 10 to opening 11. Like, I loved opening 10 so much that I was like, oh, they're never gonna top it, and that's probably why I didn't think this one was as great. But like watching it again, I love it. I think it's jamming. It has a thumbs up for me. All right, opening 12. I don't know if I could say I'm liking this that much though. Okay, with this opening gave like Black Clover a vibe that I don't think Black Clover really has. If Black Clover was an anime about traveling the world together or something, then I think that this opening would be great. The song was too happy, no, maybe energetic. It had like a weird vibe that like I can't jam with myself, so I'm gonna have to go with it's not jamming. I feel like some of the visuals didn't really fit this song. Like they could have probably put a different song over it and it'd probably be better. And yeah, they probably could have put like a different song and not change any of the visuals, and it probably would have felt like a different opening altogether and be better. Okay, the next one should be from the time skip, which is, I know it's gonna be great. Yeah. Look at that choreography. Considering that it was a time skip opening, so like this is the first opening of the time skip, they did it like perfectly. Like Asta just walking, like you're trying to see, oh, what does Asta look like now? And he's all buff with his sword and he knows different tricks. He's flying on his sword. Asta's just been purely training this entire anime. The entire anime, when there's no action or other action, Asta's just on the grind. So yeah, this opening is jamming. I love it. The best part about this intro, I think, would probably be the beginning where they're introducing Asta again. Of course, he's time skip Asta at least. And he's walking. I've tried to replicate this so many times. Not like on camera, but like I make the notions, just like walking like I own the place. So that's all for Black Clover openings. Mostly great. 11 out of the 13 songs are jamming, which is actually pretty good. And the openings that aren't jamming, they're not even really that bad. I could see why people like them, but like just personally, I don't like them myself. Of course, if you want to see more content like this, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing more jamming videos to other opening. So show some support and you'll receive more content. See ya.